Hi, and welcome back to Season 2, Episode 2 of TNT's Blues Corner. Check out who it is today. It's the same as yesterday or the day before or whenever the other video went up, which is going to be Season 2, Episode 1, where I showed you my Fender Deluxe. Hopefully you'll go back and take a look at that if you haven't already seen it. If you have seen it, thank you very much, and be sure to leave a like if you can. This is B.B. King again, and I'm sorry for the lighting. One day this may be professional, but you have to understand this is all live. All live to data, electronic, can't say live to tape anymore, but there's 38 seconds intro, 40. B.B. King with Lucille, look at that face. Now that is a stink face. Whatever you're going to call it. He's really into it. I love B.B. King. All right. Some of my personal collection pictures there I'm showing you. And again, look here, we're in the room with the guitars. My favorite guitar in the middle here. My wife bought me years ago. SG. Let me get this right. Ah, here we go. What's this? This is the Fender Strat 83. Oh, up here. Oh, your favorite. One of your favorites. The other favorite's behind me. This is the 1999, I believe. Fender Big Apple, and lo and behold, the favorite guitar of all times on TNT Blues Corner, at least by video and by views. Yes, it is. It's the Resonator. It's the Delta 6. It is Eastwood. Today we're going to look at this, if we can get it to work. I got a bad jack I'm going to get changed. I do apologize. I tried to fix it, but I just can't fix the jack. I'm going to have to get a new one. This is if you can see it in this light, I do apologize, an AXL Badwater. I believe they called this White Crackle. We actually ordered a brown, but this one came, so be it. That's how these things happen, and I just didn't send it back because it was very inexpensive, and I didn't expect to ever play this anywhere other than the recording, because it actually has a pretty good sound on this somewhat nice radius neck here. Okay, well, let me back up so you can see me some, and we'll get into this. All right, as usual, I'll be playing today through an AC booster by Exotic Effects. And also I've got the LB1, which I probably won't be using, PB1. And back here in the back where you can't see is the Fender Hot Rod DeVille. 4 10-inch speakers, I think 60 watts. It's setting in today and probably in the near future for our beloved 64 Super Reverb, who right now is not with us. It's here in spirit. But it needs to get out and get fixed by our favorite guitar and amp tech in the area. A little plug for him, named Charlie Powers, probably the best amp tech on the East Coast, in my opinion. Some people actually think that as well, so that's good. I'm not just crazy TNT here, but all right, we're going to do this as we do them all. This is the clean sound without the AC booster straight through. Our beloved new amp here we're using. I'm going to turn up just a little bit. These Fender amps are very touchy. It's either all or none. This is a nice, believe it or not, a very nice guitar for the money. It's not going to best, your high-end Fenders or high-end of any guitar. For I think $200, I paid for it, somewhere roughly around there. I just wish these guitars were around when I first started playing for that kind of money, because the guitars you bought back then for cheap were just god-awful. Actions that high, you couldn't even get them to make. The bridge was in the wrong place, so the scale length was messed up. I could never get it intonated, could never keep it in tune. The necks were warped from time to time when you got them. They were just really, really bad cheap guitars. But today, in this era we live in, we can buy these cheaper guitars, and they're not too bad. Even the fret ends here they don't cut you up like some of the cheaper guitars I have. Now the edges on this guitar, I don't know if they just did this in their looks, but boy, there's some really sharp edges on here. You can hurt somebody with this thing. But it's got a kind of a cool, crackle finish. You can fill it in the paint. I don't know how they did this exactly. And it's made, it's like one of those road-worn things, but not really. I mean, it just looks dirty, I guess, rather than road-worn, but who cares? It plays. So here we go. That's an A chord. Well, with this. Okay, we're going to play a little bit of rhythm. I want you to hear this guitar in this neck pickup with a little blues sort of rhythm. Okay, now we're going to do what we want to do, and we're going to do the AC booster. Hear that hum. But if you're playing somewhere, and as one of my favorite guitar players will say, and somebody's running a popcorn machine next to you, and your band's in this little, you know, you're playing an Eagles or a Moose, I don't know if you have them where you are, but or someplace like that, and the popcorn machine's gone, they got a hot chocolate thing over here, and you get all that 60 cycle hum, you just go back to the H of the SSH. This is the SSH configuration, single coil humbucker. You're quiet as can be, and you can rock out. Sustained for days. These are EMG, specially made for AXL. So that probably means they're extremely cheaply made for AXL. I don't know if that's for sure. Sorry, AXL. Sorry, EMG. But hey, they sound great. I mean, I was surprised when I got this guitar, and it plays so good. I actually gave it to my father to play, and he's got some, you know, fingers, or you know, he's getting in the 70s and somewhere around there. If I'm off, I'm sorry, Dad. But you know, his fingers are a little bit tight, and I thought maybe because the neck is like butter, he could play this and work his hands out. And maybe he has, but I brought it home to clean it up and to show it to you guys, and then it'll be shipped right off back up there to the homestead for him hopefully to play. Back into the review here. This is the single coil making all that noise. Now maybe I can, oh, I don't know. I don't want to not face you guys, so I could probably find a place where it was a little less, but I am right in front of the amp here. Let's check this out. This thing has, you know, the whammy bar. I don't play like that normally. I normally deck these things, they call it. I'm just not a whammy bar type guy, but I just purchased a Fender Deluxe Player Strat that I've reviewed here prior to this. Hopefully you've seen it. If not, please go check it out. And I'm going to do another review because I forgot to put the whammy arm in, and I've actually been playing that with that arm in, and it's I can still do the bends. I don't know how. It's well balanced. I don't get a lot of you know, diving to the other strings too much in pitch. Jimmy, what happened? I had technical difficulties. Not in you know, a Strat style guitar, so I'm pretty lucky there. And but with this one here, it's not as balanced, and if I start getting into the whammy bar a little bit, not only does it knock it out of tune somewhat, but it also if I try to bend the strings, the other strings go out of tune pretty much. Even when I have it decked, it's a little off, but not too bad. But I think I'm going to block it and try to make it a little more solid. But like I said, this is not a guitar I play a lot. I've actually loaned this one out most of its time, but thought I'd bring it back, like I said, for you guys to check it out. So let's go to the middle pickup. This guitar's got an extremely fast neck. I mean, I can play, you you know, very fast and somewhat clean for me with this neck. Go back to the humbucker. Humbucking. The hum is bucked. Listen to that. No hum, we bucked the hum. Alright, let's listen to this thing. Let's do some slow, like, I don't know, let's just see what this thing sounds like. The frets are fairly well. I haven't dressed these frets at all. I haven't done anything with this guitar other than put the strings on it and you know, do the setup that I normally do, but no fret dressing. You know, I do the conditioning I normally do on the fretboard that are rosewood like this with the linseed oil. Thank you, Davey. And but just listen to that. Comes across what I'm hearing here. I'm hearing tonal bliss here in my room, and it just feels right. In the key I thought it was in. Alright, I went from that to E. How about that? Alright, so let's do a little in-between sound, then we'll get this thing going. And get on... Oh yeah, it does the in-between hum cancel. So it does do the kind of putting the two in series, I believe, if I'm, or parallel. No, it's in parallel, making it cancel out the hum. There's a 60 cycle. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but if I've got a X here and a Y, and I've got this 60 cycle sinusoidal wave, let's say, well, one of the pickups are picking it up, say the peak is at maximum as it goes through time, and the other one is actually out of phase by 90 degrees. And what happens with that, they cancel each other out. They cancel. So when you've got the two together, listen, nothing. Now the one, that's just the one you hear. That's that on top of the waveform, you know, even though it's very slight right now, you hear the 60 cycle sitting up there. Going to the middle, cancels it out. Going to the humbucker, that's the whole idea. When Seth Lover designed the humbucker was for this reason. Cancels it out. So the in-between sounds are nice for that. But let's listen to see what this one sounds like. Got the bass to us, bassiness, can't speak to it, but still sounds good. Let's go to the last in-between sound, which in this case will not be a hum canceling because you've got a single coil and a humbucker, and apparently the way it's set up, it adds back in maybe the 60 cycle. I don't know, maybe somebody out there can tell me that, but it's obvious in this position we have the 60 cycle. None. Oh. Let's see what it sounds like. Honestly, I do not like these sounds. That's the only part of this guitar that I don't like is the in-between. Maybe I can get in here and put a push-pull switch or something on here and change that, at least in the back. Maybe I can split one of these, but this one's not too bad. back here with the humbucker and the single coil in the center. Too muddy for me. It's alright, I can just go back here to the beast and walk out. Have a great day. I'll see you next time. See ya.